What's up, you filthy casuals? Welcome to the Casual Shenanigans Gaming podcast. You can just shut up or leave. A podcast all about everything PC gaming related.
That was not to like our listeners.
No, that was to someone who's never seen the podcast
before. The podcast, shut up and leave.
That's our new slogan.
Like it or all right, so anyway, this is our special Friendscation-cast. I'm one of your hosts, Jeremiah. I'm joined by Dave.
That's me.
Joel.
What's up?
And James.
Hello.
We're going to start the podcast out with, what's the name of this?
It is Old Smoky Mountain, Tennessee Moonshine, Apple Pie, 40 proof.
With that and a quick couple rounds of Cards Against Humanity.
What does 40 proof mean?
We'll talk about it later.
It means it's only 20% alcohol by volume.
Drink your spiked Kool-Aid and shut up.
It's only 4 of those, Joel. You'll be okay.
I will
What?
It's only 4 of them.
Oh my god.
I'll be the first card czar. Alright, here's our first question. How am I maintaining my relationship status?
Now, what are the rules for this again?
Whoever gets the black card does not drink, everyone else drinks.
Got it.
And at the end of the game, we drink the rest.
So say it again.
How am I maintaining my relationship status?
This is actually too appropriate.
Okay.
Joel can't stop giggling already.
Alright, how am I maintaining my relationship status? Being a motherfucking sorcerer. How am I maintaining my relationship status? Masturbation. How am I maintaining my relationship status? Praying the gay away. Praying the gay away wins.
Well, I said that really.
Alright, everyone.
Is he answering your prayers?
That's good. That's really good.
Burns like cough syrup.
Where's the rest? Oh,
There's a burn.
okay.
Oh, now I'm nervous.
Snap.
Alright, Dave.
Let's let Joel win
you're the
so he
next
can
card
drink it all at the end.
No.
Next black card. I really hope my grandma doesn't have to explain blank again. Again. On this week's podcast, Joel giggles a lot. Tee-hee. Let me shuffle real quick. I really hope my grandma doesn't have to explain the clitoris to me again. I really hope she doesn't have to explain a snapping turtle biting the tip of your penis to me again. Sunny in Philadelphia. I really hope my grandma doesn't have to explain glory holes to me again.
Those hard times during the Great Depression.
Glory holes.
Yay, I win. Alright, Joel, you're up.
Cough medicine's not working. Let it be noticed that Joel is the only one that started coughing.
Oh.
You alright, Joel?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll survive. So apple pie and burning. It's my turn.
Yes.
Is it my turn?
In Michael Jackson's final moments, he thought about blank.
Oh no. You guys
These all personal? Alright, in Michael Jackson's final moments, he thought about children on leashes. Oh my gosh! In Michael Jackson's final moments, he thought about kids with
I'm sorry, you thought of what?
kids with cancer.
It's so specific.
Oh man. In Michael Jackson's final moments, he thought about making the penises kiss. Cancer. Congratulations. Oh, I guess I don't know why.
Get it there, Joel.
Joel's is looking a little full.
I know. I can only take one little sip.
Well, if you're a win. Kids, this is what peer pressure looks like, and it's not something you should really recommend.
Joel to the juice.
What?
Drink your juice, Jason.
It'll save me.
All right, what's that smell?
Oh,
That's the card.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
I'm going vague on mine.
Oh.
Make sure you shuffle these guys. Shuffle. You alright, Joel?
Are you embarrassed, Dave? You don't want me to know?
What card? Hey, I didn't play.
All right, what's that smell? Joel Kelso. A salty surprise. Moses gargling Jesus' balls with Shiva and
No, we don't read that one. We don't read that one. That is the card that shall not be read.
I'm gonna go with this one because I'm just impressed I got Joel's name in the game.
That's my personal one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bought this gift thing and they gave
Who
me.
played that one?
I played it.
You played it. Okay. All right, give it to him.
He's used to this.
So, did anyone else get 2?
No, I just got one.
I got 2. Do I
Everybody
win?
else drink.
All right. Well, we're not keeping into the game, so
Well, there's enough cards for another round.
we said 4 rounds though. Did someone get to be the cards are twice?
I'm just saying, there's enough cards you could do another.
We could. I don't think we should though. This is a serious podcast about other stuff.
About PC gaming and not card gaming. And moonshine. You okay, buddy?
Yeah.
You got this made.
No, like I purchased something. It was
Like they did
they
a
added
Christmas thing. Yeah,
something
I've got
they-
one in my deck. I've got one.
Oh.
And that was the one I tried to get
Okay,
rid of.
so on the
What did
podcast
you
tonight,
start?
we don't have a lot of actual news because we didn't look any up because we haven't. We've mostly
We've been
just
camping and shooting things.
Yeah. So
yeah.
we're gonna start the main part of the podcast with listener comments, where Dave puts on a glove and reaches his hand deep up the rectum of the internet and withdraws some tasty little
Why am I
nuggets.
not doing this? I
For everyone
feel like
to
I'm
chew
the
on.
most appropriate. Be reaching anywhere.
Our first comment is on a video where I was flying jets in Battlefield 3. And this comes from a very concerned viewer who desperately needs help. He asked, "Can someone please help me how to find IP address so I can put it into my PS3? How do I find it? IP address eludes me. I must fly." Poor guy.
Wait, can you enter in IPs into the server browser on a PS3?
I don't know, but
I feel like that's one of the advantages of having a PC is like knowing what the IP address is.
he just wants to fly his jets in Battlefield 3.
He doesn't want to. He must fly.
But it eludes him.
All right, what else do you have for us?
Someone's hardcore.
This one, I'm gonna. This one, oh man.
I think Joel should read this one. I feel like he can say it with appropriate amount of sarcasm for this comment. This comment, are you up for it, Joel?
Sure, yeah.
This will be censored. Don't worry.
This comment,
You're gonna censor it for me afterwards?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I don't have to worry. I can just let it rip.
as always.
Yep.
I should just keep saying that word over and over and over.
What did you say?
Just keep saying the words over and over and over.
This comment comes to us on our DayZ Battle for Berezino community event. And this comes from a very excited, very dedicated viewer. Thank you for your comment. Let's hear it, Joel. Let's hear that comment.
Is this from Ultra Grunt?
It's the bold part.
Don't
Oh,
read
right.
the guy's name though.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to go look at the video and find the comment with his name on it, you could, in theory.
Wow. I am not like this, but I'm just gonna get into this guy's rage.
I want to hear the sarcasm. Thanks.
Fuck me, you nerd. Need to get out anymore. I'm known to get some pussy.
That's the voice
I
you
don't
chose?
understand
Can you
anything
try that
he said.
again in like a
I
slightly
don't,
more normal
I don't
voice?
think he's gonna be able to bleep it out because we can't find the words.
Yeah,
It's
Joel,
gonna be deep dive, doop dive.
can you give us more of a bro voice, Joel?
Why don't you do your Russian accent?
Who types this out though in a bro voice?
Well,
Fuck me, you nerds. Need to get out more. I'm off now to get some more pussy. Is that a bro voice?
Sure.
moving on.
Thanks, Joel.
That's your bro voice.
Glad to oblige.
All right, is that the last comment of the week?
That's the last comment of the week.
Okay, we now have a listener mail. You can write in to the show, casualshenanigans@gmail.com, like Jake did. Jake wrote in a couple weeks ago. I can't find his original email. He was asking if he could play DayZ, I believe, with a 7770, and we said maybe, but we have to know what the rest of your computer has. He upgraded his power supply. He has an AMD. He sent us now the rest of his specs. An AMD A8 5500 APU, which means it has Radeon HD graphics built into it. It's 3.2 gigahertz, and it has 12 gigs of RAM. Watching the
It has
podcast
12
is a privilege.
gigs
Right.
of RAM?
Yeah, 12 gigs. I'm guessing it's triple channel. So he says, totally didn't think you would answer my question, but here, that with aftermarket power graphics card, I have fat fingers and the tablet doesn't work too well. Thanks, guys. Been watching since number 12. Keep it up, and he gives us his specs.
Nice.
So he has an AMD APU, and he has a follow-up question. Is my setup overclockable, and how would one overclock? Since you have a factory-built computer, probably not overclockable because your motherboard won't support it. AMD APUs will overclock, just not very well.
You need better cooling, I would imagine, too, being a factory built.
Yeah, and so you're going to be able to upgrade it some, but if you really wanted most gaming performance, especially since you have an aftermarket graphics card, you would get a different processor and motherboard. So,
Speaking of cooling down motherboards, has anyone ever like taken their PC and just like sit it outside during like a blizzard and just like full out, just crank that sucker as high as it can go, just because it's so freezing?
You have to
outside.
wait for a blizzard to do extreme overclocking? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I'm not saying. I'm just saying like if you went out because it's like.
they make boxes.
Or if you lived in
Plug
Antarctica,
into
like
like
those
a
guys
wall.
can probably crank
You
it up
can
to like
plug
8
this
gigahertz.
box into a wall, though, and it like artificially makes the air inside colder. And then for like a while, we've
I
been
guess
using
you can
them.
put it in a freezer.
We've been putting food in them to keep the food good longer. But you're right; it would
don't
make sense to
pack all
take it
that
out
salt on
when
and
water
But well, like,
is falling.
what's like
from
the highest
sky.
amount someone is like overclocked it just because it's like freaking I
8
live in
gigahertz
Antarctica.
liquid nitrogen.
Dang.
You put like a pipe on top of the CPU and you pour liquid nitrogen into it, and you can overclock to like 8 gigahertz.
I can
With-
finally play DayZ at 41 FPS.
I think
Not
it was
stable.
I think it might have been like a Core 2 Duo, or do you remember what it was? It's
I think
been
it was
a
a
while.
Core 2, yeah.
Yeah, so 8 gigahertz, but at that point, like, the programs can't really take advantage of it. I mean, it's worthless. It's just because it's fun. So yeah, that's our recommendation. Probably don't overclock. Your motherboard won't support it. If you do want to overclock, you need better cooling.
Together, Joel. Ready?
How do you still have all of it left? It's still the same amount as when you just lifted it up.
Come on, Joel. I'm
You're like
down
a
at the
kid
bottom.
who has peas on his plate, and you're stirring them around, hoping your mom will get bored and go to bed.
Spread them out. Look,
Joel.
almost done.
Joel, drink your beverage.
Drink your beverage. Drink my liquid doom.
This is burning so good, Joel.
Oh man.
doesn't
I'm starting to get the twitch.
My wife finished it.
Wait, what? Was everyone else drinking too?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was just.
It's
Everyone
just
like, oh my
you, Joel.
God.
It's literally everyone else but
James
you.
still has some. Look.
Still have
Wait, look at
some,
look,
but-
look,
James,
look at it.
down
Look at it.
down
Look,
it. Let's just stop having this ridiculous.
Holy crap.
Take it like a man, Joel.
I'm savoring, personally.
I don't take it like a man.
Let's go back. Want to go back to the prison discussion?
Take it like a prison man.
We can have fun in prison together.
Earlier this evening, Joel said if he had to go to prison, he'd want to go to prison with James because somehow he thinks they'd still be able to have fun.
Okay, to be honest, we were talking.
It was not a Cards Against Humanity.
It was like
thing.
it was like a week ago, and I was like, it's gonna be horrible and everything. But James would be like, "Hey Joel, how'd the rape go today?" But I'm like, "Oh well." I feel like we'd laugh about it somehow.
Wait,
It's
what, makes you think,
horrible.
what makes you think you'd get into like maximum security prison though? You'd probably be in like, small white guy prison.
Well, no, because I think if I ever went to prison, it would probably be for something really bad. Like
Not that he's thought about it, guys.
like
but if
what,
he was
Joel?
gonna go
Like
to
what?
prison,
What would they catch you on?
I have no idea. Like I just I don't think
Just
I
so
would.
many things to
I wouldn't
choose
do
from.
like petty dumb things like, oh, I'm gonna steal money from an ATM machine. Like
you just go like straight to
yeah,
murder.
I'd
like
probably
a real
go. I'd go
man?
straight like pretty bad.
Bank robbery,
probably.
payday
yeah,
style.
probably. Yeah.
Cannibalism.
If I were to choose.
Whoa. If you want to
Cannibalism, bank robbery.
Well, Joel, you can choose. If you want to go to prison for one of those things.
Whatever you want to go in for, you can do that. This is the American way.
It's the American dream, Joel. You can choose why you go to prison.
You have the freedom to choose your crime. America.
So, PC gaming, what happened this week?
What did happen this week?
They implemented new pathfinding on DayZ, but it broke something, Dave?
Server performance is broken. Experimental is more or less unplayable. But the nav mesh, when the server is not being crushed, actually works really well. You can now shut zombies inside of rooms and buildings. Which is kind of awesome.
Remember when we wanted to do the prediction thing before?
Oh yeah,
DayZ
DayZ
came
predictions.
out? I was gonna say one thing. My prediction for DayZ is it's gonna go full circle, like full circle. It starts from the mod, standalone, back to the mod.
Like people start
hey guys,
modding
look!
standalone?
It's like we got all the things back again. It's just gonna be back to the mod. They just
Oh yeah, we
release
back to
it
the
again.
features of the mod that
Yeah,
will
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
It'll have a lot more fun.
Yeah, the mod has a lot more features.
No,
but
no,
then
like it
you
actually goes
but
back
you
to the
spawn
mod.
in and you sit for like 10 minutes waiting for...
I gotta take time. This podcast is gonna be a long podcast. I need something to kind of like keep me going.
Yeah, but you're being boring right now, so drink.
Actually, and
Again, kids, peer pressure. Don't recommend it.
to talk to the audience for a second, I think Debbie actually sent me this. Is there campfire coffee confirmed for H1Z1? Is this confirmed?
Yes.
Campfire coffee.
There was a live stream the other night, and they made campfire coffee.
They live
You
streamed
have to
making.
get purified water on the fire.
Has to be purified
Has
water.
to be purified.
Can you boil it to purify it?
Yes. You put the water on the fire, and it becomes purified.
Why can't you make
And then
coffee
you get
without
your
purifying?
coffee, and you drag it over your purified water, and you have.
So this just in, Dave will be buying H1Z1.
Now, this was Dave saying he wasn't going to, like Mr. DayZ fanboy over here.
That was before they added the ability to make coffee on your campfire.
Maybe they'll have a
It's-
barista simulator for you.
If I can make tacos and coffee, I'm done for.
I think there's bacon in the works.
All right, I'm in. Any other news for H1Z1 or DayZ?
It's not PZ news, but it's kind of really. I was just gonna talk about the early access release. They're talking about bringing that to PS4.
Bring what?
Early access release, like a,
in general,
or
yeah.
early pre-alpha kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I mean, because I guess it's becoming so popular now. But I'm gonna stand by my rock and say it's a bad decision. Overall. It's gonna
Well,
be a bad
so is it
decision.
early access like our AAA devs talking about it, or is it
Well,
indie games?
now I think it's much more difficult to, and probably not a good business decision for a lot on PS4. There was a recent developer conference with Mark Kearney, who developed the PS4, like headed the whole up, and he was saying they have to be like Steam. It's not the way they do it on Steam is not, I think, a very good way. They need to have like a very dedicated section that says pre-alpha, like it feels completely different than the rest of the way you buy games. It looks the same, you know.
Yeah, it does.
And so really, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna buy a game earlier. You're not buying an earlier, crappier game. You're buying your game early,
Right.
you know. And they said, especially for PS4s, you know, anyone can buy them, you know. So you have older adults, people who are like, oh, I want to play a baseball game, whatever. Like, oh, I can play baseball 2015 or 2016 early. Like, what is this? I'm not playing this, you know. Like, this is crap. So
The umpire
they're gonna have to
clips
really
white
work.
balls.
They're gonna have to work really hard on making sure, you know, the game. Like, how do you get someone to understand this is going to be a crappy version of the game you're excited to play?
Right.
You know.
By the 10 warnings they usually put on the games when you launch them.
Even then, the
Yeah.
general public, like, I like early access a lot. I like following the development. I like finding new textures, scouting them out.
Yeah.
But I think the general public is not ready to be a part of the development
They're
process.
not ready to ascend.
Well, I think it's no different than when you have to read the agreement on a game. Who reads it?
My issue now with early agreement is that when I go into Steam, there's not much that differentiates between
There isn't.
early
You know, they have like
access
an
and
early
normal.
access tab or something, but again, you would.
But it gets mixed in so with all the other games anyway.
No, I agree. And a separate early access. Well, no, because you have a separate early access section, then you're going to miss the whole front page aspect of Steam. Like if a game is selling really well, like if it's a really popular early access and people go to the page, like as far as running the store, it makes sense to have the thing that most people want be up front and very easily accessible. But
Yeah.
if it's very like when DayZ came out, it was the best selling thing on Steam.
I think
for
they're going to find that
weeks.
it's going to eventually hurt stuff eventually. Like,
It
I think
will.
it's fine now.
Well, like
but I think
most
it's
things,
eventually going to be like,
most
holy
things,
crap!
It
It's going
starts
to
out
overwhelm.
good. Lots of good people do it. More people jump on board, and then eventually, just like YouTube, it's gotten to the point now where it's so clogged that nothing makes sense, and people start jumping off. The bubble will burst.
Yeah, and something with that, there was this really interesting podcast. I think it was. I forget the podcast. It was about filmmaking.
The moonshine's working.
I couldn't remember if it was a game. I think it was a filmmaking podcast. But one guy was saying like, you can invite 50 people to a party, but it only takes one douchebag to completely ruin it. Mm-hmm. And isn't that crazy? Like, just one person can completely ruin 49 other people's evening. And the same thing with games or movies or anything like like with the
podcast.
Even like with the guy who brought a gun, shot in a movie theater and killed people. It's like just one person now ruins so much, and so many people are now scared to do that, and it's rightfully so. I mean, like, when someone does that, like the same thing with all this pre-alpha stuff. It just takes one really, really bad thing, and it ruins it for the rest of it.
Steam Greenlight is being abused already. that one, like, 15-year-old dev who released that world's best flight simulator, where it's like some Unity pre-built models, no lighting or shading, and like you spawn on the plane, like you just clip through all the seats. That's $20 on Steam, and they haven't pulled it yet.
Well, they probably allowed it because it's still close to what DayZ is right now. And zombies cooking through stuff. Like, well, it's kind of like DayZ. Drink. Oh.
Together, Joel.
I'm really gonna finish this thing. Like,
you're finishing it.
I'm sleeping in your bed tonight, then.
You're finishing it.
Just let it just finish it.
What's different?
Joel, it's not even hitting your lips yet.
He's puckering, and it's like,
come on.
It's like barely trickling over the.
Take a big gulp. You'll be surprised.
I feel like I'm drinking like mouthwash.
It's not that strong. Take a big gulp, and
it just tastes like I'm drinking apple pie mouthwash.
After you finish it.
The faster something else happens.
Not that I appreciate that people who bought it, but it tastes like apple pie mouthwash.
You say not that I appreciate.
Wait,
It's working.
You are not appreciated, just FYI.
Yeah, more of this, please, Joel.
give me time. Give me time.
For what? It burns for like 10 seconds.
10
but it's-
seconds.
It doesn't burn at all.
You lightweights.
I can still feel it. Briefly for 10
I'm
seconds.
so sorry I don't drink so much whiskey and booze. Wah.
Don't worry.
I'm just making a movie and trying to make millions. Wah.
You took a weird left turn there.
All I'm hearing is, guys, I'm not drinking right now.
Again, kids, peer pressure, not good. So anyway, PC gaming. I feel like there was things we could talk about.
Oh, casual shenanigans. Oh, actually, there's some Battlefield news.
Wait, before we do that, important news. For the women who complained because they wanted affirmative action for t-shirts on the Casual Shenanigans store. That's right, Debbie. You weren't happy having the same shirts everyone else gets. You wanted special women's shirts.
Wait, it was for her?
And her and one other person. No. The one
Because I was just like, holy crap. I mean, not
person I
spend
sent
that
you-
much time, but it was a little bit of time.
The person I sent you the message about was someone else. We wouldn't do it just because Debbie complained.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just true.
This was like a real fan. So, if you want a shirt that, quote, is cut for your femininity or whatever, those are now on the Casual Shenanigans store.
We have curves.
Yeah, real women have curves. All right, have fun.
Joel has curves.
They're on there.
You know what else Joel has? He has a dry mouth.
You're not finished either.
Joel, I'm trying
Come
to
on.
keep pace with you.
Okay,
I have just a little bit.
What
Wow,
is
that sounds
in
like an
this thing?
excuse.
Bottled by Old Smoky? What did it say?
It's the label, Joel.
I know.
Have you seen a label?
I like
before?
designs, and I was reading the ingredients as I
I hear procrastination is what I hear.
Take a gulp, not a little sip, not a little baby sip. A gulp.
Joel,
you are
embrace
making
the burn.
This is like
it reminds me when I was a kid.
is like a child
my,
putting in
no,
eye
my dad
drops.
used to make me eat not grits.
Drink alcohol, so come on.
No,
What is it called? Not grits.
Hominy.
Millet.
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 What a terrible father.
It's so dry.
He just cuts it off.
Eat my bullet, son.
I haven't had it
Fiber in
since.
your diet.
No, I would sit down at the table, and for hours, like I would just have to eat millet. Like I couldn't.
Hours,
eat
you
the
would just-
And so I'm glad he did it because I was like, I don't know.
You got
Now you love
that
millet.
affected
I'm so glad he did
that
it.
affected you, like your height and stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Eating millet, you should have eaten like protein so you could grow up bigger.
It did stun him a little bit, I think.
Well, the only way I'm gonna make movies is if I don't scare people initially. Like, I'm not gonna
I don't
distribute
scare
my
people.
film.
I charm.
You charm people because they're scared. Like, I'll be nice. Don't eat me.
Shove a drink.
I think we're just gonna set aside
I'm just-
everything else
I'm
we had to
just-
talk about and just play this game where we see.
I'm full. I'm full. Just
You're
give me,
full
just
of
give-
what?
I drank 3 of those things.
No,
No,
you drank 2 and.
Oh.
Well,
I like it because Joel keeps picking it up and he gets close to his mouth but never touches.
I enjoy
All right,
yourself
big
for
boy.
45 minutes.
Down the hatch.
Okay, don't make me laugh because I don't want to. Well, I
Let me
might
check
wanna
our
spit.
time. Wow. All right.
That's good.
It's
I'm,
good
gonna,
radio.
I'm just gonna like laugh. What?
Pretend it's something else.
A big gulp, Joel.
I'm
We're like
thinking about
2/3
John
of
right
the way
now.
through the
Thinking about John
podcast.
as I
Just
drink
take it
all
down.
this.
We're 2/3 of the way through. Just drink it.
Dave's like,
You're thinking about John?
yeah, I'm just keeping eye contact as I just
As you
get all that.
This is like when you put like this. We see the movies where they put the powder in the drink and they're like, drink. And they're like, oh, nope, not drink it. They're just like anticipating. Come on, Joel.
Pretend it's the apple cider from Cracker Barrel.
Pretend it's the Benjamin Franklin whiskey.
don't snort it through your nose. That will hurt.
Swallow. There you go.
That was Thomas Jefferson, right? On the whiskey that one time.
That's some from-
It was
Like my jaws.
Oh
like,
yeah,
getting
whatever it
weak.
was. It was
Okay,
completely.
so PC game.
Oh, looks like Benjamin Franklin.
Yes, actually,
On the front.
There's more interesting console gaming news than there was PC gaming news.
That's
Because it all
never-
just stays stale.
That's never
stagnant.
true. What major like PS4 release came out this week?
It doesn't have to always games.
They don't always have to like have games coming out, guys. You can watch Netflix.
Oh,
You
okay.
can
PC
look at
gaming.
pictures.
I am going to be getting
You can
a
pay for
Oculus
your
Rift.
network.
You're getting
They're
Oculus
shipping
Rift?
them now. I'm going to order it probably in 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna buy an Oculus Rift.
Hmm?
What are you gonna play on it?
Amnesia, every single game. I can't wait to play Skyrim.
I
Can't
would
wait to
watch
play
a Let's
freaking
Play
New Vegas.
Of
Can't
you
wait to
playing
play New Vegas.
Amnesia with an Oculus
With
Rift.
a
I'd
heart
love it.
monitor.
Oh, I'd love to. Oh, that's probably not scare me much, but that it might actually. But I can't wait. Like that's been.
How much is a dev kit?
I think it's $350.
Are they still dev kits?
But I've
now,
been
or-
waiting for the 1080p version.
Is it like the
So-
Facebook branded version?
No, I mean it's just
I'm
whatever.
curious.
It's whatever their
Okay.
dev kit 2 is.
What's the 1080p one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's
So-
two 1080p screens. One over
Yeah,
each
I'm
side.
curious to know. Like, I'm hoping the games that I can find will be able to run it just fine. You know, because they said you need to have at least 60 to probably 75 frames per second. So I believe most of the games will be fine. They said it's just really bad because like you can get some games that go be 60, 75, but if it drops down below that, it's like all of a sudden, whoa, you know, it feels really weird. But I'm gonna be playing every game with that, or just trying it out.
Every game.
I can't wait to try out like Mirror's Edge,
You
things
guys
like that.
heard it here first. Joel is back in DayZ at an even slower frame rate.
No, honestly, DayZ is gonna be amazing with Oculus Rift if it ever. They'll never support it because by the time
You
it
don't
is,
think
there'll be DayZ
You
2
can't
out.
play DayZ on Oculus Rift?
Not
There's
the
a mod
standalone.
for it, but
not
the-
standalone.
How many
It's a
frames
frame
a
rate.
second? Will you
Yeah,
get?
the frame rate isn't good
It's not
enough.
built for it, so like because
Right.
it's gonna be as you're walking around.
I'm sorry, what's it gonna be?
Like when you run in that game, it's all.
The noise alone.
Aww, I feel you're gonna take his ball and go home.
No, I was just allowing the joke to just relax, just let you guys drift into it. And DayZ, like when you run, it's always like you just go like that.
Or
Like,
you can take the head bob slider
Yeah,
and
just
put it
turn
down
down.
to 0.
And it doesn't do it at all.
Oh, I didn't know there was a head bob slide.
You've been running the whole time with headphones on.
Joel, are you serious?
Yeah.
You played ever since launch with the head bob on.
Oh well, the first one I took it off. I didn't know you could do this on the stand load yet.
So
I
the
thought they had it
mod
on.
let you remove.
Well, it's not that much in stand load right now, so it is default.
Joel.
Pretty bad.
Well, I like it. I like having a little bit because it makes it better. You feel like you're playing just a Counter-Strike game. You know.
You're complaining about it. How do you
Yeah,
like
because
it?
DayZ and Counter-Strike control so similar.
I'm saying like the
in
controls,
Counter-Strike,
like it
scroll,
floats.
throw
You're like
grenade.
floating. You're like floating above the ground when it's not have any kind of shake. It feels like
No,
you're just floating.
DayZ doesn't
Yeah.
feel like that.
Oh,
Just
but
to
it was
no, it
okay.
doesn't. Yeah, turn the head
I'll
all the
try it
way
out.
down. It doesn't feel like that. It just makes it less annoying.
Yeah. This is just the make fun of Joel cast.
Every podcast in that at some point.
So Joel, let's
gotta
talk
see no
about
money
things that
from
are
this.
going well in your life then, because we've been making fun of you. I hear that you are launching an app soon.
Oh, we're gonna talk about this now.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're getting ready to launch an app. It's pretty awesome. We're excited about it. We just submitted to.
Who's we?
Well, me and the developer that made it, my wife who came up with the idea of it, and worked on all the.
The developer
facts
is
and stuff,
Dr. J of
Yeah.
DayZ fame.
So.
If you've been subscribed, and Debbie also of DayZ fame, and
So if-
complaining about women's rights in the t-shirt marketplace or something.
No, it's a Disney countdown app. So we're actually really excited about it. Are we? Oh, you wanted me to drink. So. And no, it's gonna come out hopefully probably next week if it gets gets approved. We're just waiting on Apple to approve it, so it takes like 7 days ish. And when it comes out, it's supposed to just kind of be a really simple, minimalist countdown calendar or countdown clock till your vacation. So I know my wife always uses a lot of stuff. I like doing that for our beach trips. I just have a countdown calendar. I like going, it's 70 days to a beach trip. But every day there's a new fact or like a little new tidbit about Disney or Disneyland, like this place sells donuts and they're awesome. Go get it, or whatever. Or make sure to bring this to your vacation.
So basically, it's a way for people who spend money to go to Disney to actually be able to spend more money more quickly.
Well, yeah. I mean, people
on
who are
other
Star Wars fans, they get Star Wars calendars. People want a reason to get something themed of
So
something you
we
already
should have
own.
a CSG countdown for each week. We have a little.
Oh my
fact.
gosh, it's almost Thursday.
Wouldn't that require like actually podcasting on a regular schedule?
We do. It's like every Thursday except when we aren't.
Except when we don't.
But the best part about this app is not really the app. I think it's being able to
The
talk.
money you'll be.
It's that he was able to
The
make
money.
it.
It's being able to brag to people like Ben that they actually make apps for a living, but they have not made an app themselves yet, and so they're kind of pissed
What?
that I have an app out first.
They make apps for a living, but
Like,
they've never
they
made
make
an app.
web apps. all
Oh, but
sorts
not
of apps.
not for their.
No, they
personal-
have apps ideas that they want to make, but they have not made it. So this is encouragement, guys. If I can help push out an app.
So back
Joel,
to the junkyard
an
analogy
alternative
of Joel just squatting, pushing out an app. Hopefully, it'll be just as good as Norman. It was also had a lot of pushing time in it.
Joel, what's wrong with the word deploy?
Launch.
We're not doing phrasing anymore.
Release?
There, that's a good word. I don't know. Like I was just thinking, of pushing out. Like, cause don't you push data out to the cloud? You push, right? That's a legitimate thing. That's legitimate. Though.
That's a drink. That's a drink.
Someone back me up. Pushing out data. Okay, so
You sneeze to chug.
Pushing to the cloud is a thing.
we're giving birth to an app.
That's a drink.
So look for it. It's called My Disney Countdown, and it'll be on Apple iPhones.
iTunes App Store.
I was saying it won't be on Android soon. So
Nailed it.
So who's you guys' PR person? There's someone.
we have all these freaking app developers, and they never make apps. So finally, I'm just pushing people. Make apps.
So let me push these.
He's pushing them all out.
Use your freaking talent and do something with it. So
I don't want to alarm you guys,
Okay,
but your PR person has a drinking problem.
I have a friend problem.
And that's the podcast.
They do tacos
So Joel,
and
what
chili.
for everyone who gave you money for Norman? What's the latest with Norman? Is that like still a thing?
Yeah. No. We're like, yeah, it's a fad.
We went to the beach a few days with it.
No, it's going really well. Right now, we're doing a lot of visual effects for it. So every week, I'm pushing out new clips to the visual effects artists, and they're working on the battle scene right now. A bunch of the battle scenes, kind of those shots first, and then we'll be working on harder shots, and then finally getting to all the artificial intelligence Annie shots towards the end, because they're going to be the most complicated and the most. But that's going really well. So we're just cranking away, and we still have a long road ahead of us. But hopefully, I'd say within the next month, we're going to try to get another video out. Hopefully, maybe showing a few of the shots of the effects.
That will actually be Norman Early Access, right? And you'll be able to get that on Steam?
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll send you a summarized sentence of what the film is going to look like.
Well, it's like it's a Word
A
document.
Vine. We'll send out a Vine.
We'll send out a Vine of it.
We're hoping you watch the entire movie 20 times to
Yeah.
finally get to the final
Yeah.
Retail.
Because that's how it
release.
works. Because the first time, people don't usually judge your film by the first thing they see. It's usually the last, the one that you say, this is the perfect one. This is the one.
Yeah, right. Because
Yeah.
people like to watch the movie like over and over and over again, waiting for it to get good.
Well, you know, the unfinished parts.
Like
there's no
DayZ.
CGI, there's no voice, there's no acting, there's no directing. It's
well,
just-
not all that's gonna be fixed by the time it comes out, though. Like the acting and
Well, especially the directing, yeah.
We'll do
directing
like
parts,
movie patches and stuff, and we'll finish like some of the scenes with
That's
DLC.
what George Lucas did, though.
That's true. Oh, that worked out really well for him.
Speaking
Everyone
of
respects him.
movie patches, the guy I think who directed Guardians of the Galaxy, I forget the name of the director. He used to he hated George Lucas for changing Star Wars or doing that kind of stuff. But then he's now really feeling for him because now after finishing that movie, it's one of his biggest movies he's done in his career. He goes, "All right, the movie's locked. It's already out." And I go, "I want to change it. Like I already want to change it so badly. Like I'm almost pissed that it's releasing as it is." And so he's like, "I kind of feel for the guy going, that's not how I wanted it to be, or there's a shot I left unfinished." And so it's especially for Norman, like it's gonna be kind of weird when it's actually final. Going, I'm not changing it anymore,
Right.
Because I mean, I could unless we get it distributed and then it's not mine anymore. I don't own it, but if it is mine for a very long time, we could show it to like an audience of 500 people, and let's say they like it, but I'm like, they didn't like this one part. I could still change it. Like, when do I stop?
Mm-hmm.
Is Dave gonna be like, but that's my Norman film. You're changing my my life.
You cut me out of it, you jerk!
My childhood was I watched this. Like, you're changing my childhood.
Wow, that'd be.
Well, that's what a lot of people say about Star Wars.
Late
Like
childhood.
well, that's what they say about Star Wars. Like, you're ruining my childhood.
Yeah,
by
but Star
taking-
Wars has lots of toys and things you can buy. So like that's how it becomes part of your childhood. If you sell
Norman
Norman
used
toys,
toys.
it's gonna be like Norman
Look, here's the
and
Andy
a
toy.
tiny little tablet.
Look, hey, Norman.
Norman, don't leave me. I don't remember how good.
Country accent Annie.
A little time machine made out of real wood.
I would love that actually. A little toy set Norman. Maybe think about actually at some point.
Call up Jason. Just have him get working on it until you need it for a reshoot.
Oh, we need a miniature set.
Did we tell you about the one after we got done shooting a ton of stuff? Like the last thing that he really needed to make, and honestly, hopefully God knows that I'm never gonna have him have to build another set thing again, right? But we got finished with shooting, and we come back to his house to drop some stuff off. And James and I joke around. We're like, dude, let's just grab the camera gear and start walking into his house as if we'll just say we have extra things to shoot, just to see if Pete would be so pissed, And we start walking in. He's like, "Oh, you guys filming some more stuff?" And we're like, "Yeah. We got probably 4 or 5 more scenes to shoot." He's like, "Oh, okay." It's totally fine. I was like, he didn't get angry. I was like, "Oh, it's not gonna work."
If you've ever seen what a broken person looks like, watch Jason when Joel is telling him what he needs him to do for the movie. And Jason's like, "I guess it must be like Stockholm syndrome or something." He's just like, "I have to."
No, one of the props we had him made. He thought he still had a week extra to make it. He totally forgot. I was like, "No, it's supposed to be done by Friday." He's like, "What?" And so he spent 24 hours, and he pretty much got it all done. And he got it all done.
amazing,
It was
though.
awesome.
The
Yeah,
miniature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just he brought it over to the house we were filming, and then just went to bed on the couch. I was like, "Oh, poor guy."
You're just like,
So that's why we're
working
giving
for
him
free.
1% of the film.
Wait, people
Of
are getting
the
percentages.
1%.
People are getting percentages.
Not monsters.
Joel, I bet you're really thirsty after that long story.
Actually, my mouth is quite moist.
Quite.
What descriptive
Here,
phrasing,
disinfect.
Joel.
I will. I pre-ordered Destiny. I pre-ordered.
Yeah?
I pre-ordered Destiny, and I could be playing it on the 17th right now on the PS4. But I chose because I like some of my friends. They gave me 3 codes, and I could choose to play on the PS4 or on the Xbox 360. With some people have it, so I'll be giving it to some of my friends who give me the best offers. I'll take that. And so I'm gonna.
You already
playing
have your
on
prison
360.
buddy.
And I'm not gonna be able to play on the 17th. I gotta wait till the 23rd, which sucks.
Why is that?
Because that's when the 360 version of it comes out.
Oh, the inferior experience.
The 500p version.
Wow, you're pretty optimistic.
I am.
It's-
Well, no, Call of Duty's
It's
only
the
540p.
313p upscaled to 720p which is then downscaled, reconverted to SD,
And there's an unsharp filter.
streamed to Twitch,
Interlaced.
interlaced, reversed, restreamed back to your Xbox at 540p.
Debbie looks worried.
It runs at 1080.
Yeah.
Aye.
Actually, like, knowing somehow the Xbox One will probably run worse than the 360 somehow.
So, that's about the podcast, guys. If you thought that this week was a little light on PC news, you're not wrong. It's because we didn't really like look up any PC news before the podcast. There really wasn't any like major big things that happened this week.
No.
So, you know, it's okay to have an off week on that. We're having a great vacation though. I know everyone's really excited about that.
I set a giant pan of grease on fire cooking bacon this morning.
But as always, you can
Excited.
support us on Patreon if you want to. You don't have to. There is no pressure to. But we do appreciate it if you follow us on Twitter at Casual Shenanigan or write into the show at casualshenanigans at
It's over.
gmail.com.
Oh, jeez.
You have to drag out the ending.
I was running low on things to talk about, so my Twitter,
Come on.
Gaming,
It's like,
and Evil Viking. He was also
hate you
Evil
so
Viking
much.
13 on YouTube. All right, am I still dragging this out? I don't have a lot more to talk about. Yeah, Joel, you have to finish it by the end of the podcast.
I know, I'm trying to.
This is like a half cup of liquid.
I
You've
almost
had
want
40
to.
minutes.
Just do it so quick. So quick. It'll be over.
You just bite it and
Oh,
go
look
in
at that!
hard.
Yeah! Whoa! Woo! Does that burn right? Does this burn so
Oh,
good?
I
man.
see one beard hair that just popped.
I'm going to go back home, grab my teddy bear, and
Now,
just go
Joel-
to sleep, and the beard will just go, zip, go away.
I'm assuming you don't have a 90 seconds this week?
Oh, actually, no, I did.
You did. Okay,
I did.
welcome to 90, or this is...
This is the part.
This is 90
the
seconds of
segment
Joel,
where-
the segment where Joel talks about something for 90 or more seconds. Joel,
Okay, Dave, your challenge.
if you choose to accept.
You can never have a beard again, but you can always have DayZ. Or you can always have a beard and never have DayZ.
With a beard, I can survive in real life. It makes me 28% more tactical.
Okay, I'm
10 years
with you.
older.
If you can always have DayZ, but your beard is going to grow on your arms now. Just full out beard.
Wait,
on your
are we
arms.
changing the question, or is this
I'm
like
changing it. Make it easier.
you're making it easier.
Yeah.
what?
That's not.
Yeah.
No, that's more.
Go back to the
difficult.
one you
That's
said
weird.
earlier this evening. I felt like that was the true
What was-
choice.
What was the one you
Or
Mexican.
Mexican?
Oh, the
Oh,
Mexican
no,
food.
no, no.
Tacos
yeah.
or DayZ?
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, you know, you can't have any Mexican food.
You bust the
Mexican
you-
food
you come
all
in-
gone.
You come in one night and there's a robber in your house and you don't have your gun with you. So this is obviously
Well, that
a
would
made-up
never
situation.
happen.
We're assuming, no offense, Dave's wife, you were not in the picture for this particular made-up scenario.
Okay.
All right, but the robber has a taco in one hand and Dean in the other,
Oh no!
and he has a gun. And you don't have your gun, just to be clear, and there are no guns you can get quickly. And you have
Honestly.
no beard to help you.
Wait, I don't have a beard. To help?
To help you.
I don't have a beard to help me.
It's a bad
like a magical
situation.
shield.
You have to choose between. And this taco is not just a taco; it is like the catalyst taco that
Wait.
governs all tacos.
Let
so if
me
this
close my
taco
eyes.
dies,
And just describe it.
all tacos are gone forever.
Mhm.
And Dean dies, all DayZ is gone. They'll delete it off the servers.
Well, that obviously.
That's how it happens. It's probably in his will. So all tacos, and by tacos that also includes nachos, taco salad,
Quesadillas.
chimichangas, quesadillas,
Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex.
All Mexican food.
Is there a third option where I kill myself?
So
Take
you have to
me.
choose DayZ or tacos.
All things Mexican, really. Honestly,
He's being honest, guys. That should
I
make
feel
you
like
happy.
that after the last couple years, that Dean would really understand my decision. Would I have to look him in the eye, or could I just take the taco and go?
Well, the robber wasn't going to give you the taco.
You like look Dean in the eye and be like, choose tacos.
You look him in the eye and you're like, is that 100% ground beef?
You're not wrapped to the tortilla.
or I just look him in the eye and go, unfortunately, your life won't make it to beta.
Your life won't.
Oh.
Crunch.
Wait, so beta in life could be like retirement because you're feature complete at that point.
Ooh,
yeah.
Poor Dean.
That analogy pretty much runs out of steam there. But
Yeah, that's the end of that.
I feel warm.
Joel,
It's 77 degrees.
Oh, okay, well that's good.
Well, it's not that much warmer than it was earlier. Like you're.
how many fingers, Joel?
No,
Five very
that's-
long
I see
fingers.
5 trees.
Can we do an extra bit of the podcast where we take the camera outside and make Joel walk a straight line?
I'm fine.
Right.
But you're warm.
Yeah, but
Can we make Joel go straight? Let's,
well, I feel like right now is the time we need to
We
film.
don't have enough alcohol for
We need to
that.
film.
You guys, I gotta mark the podcast so we can come back later and edit that out. Here it comes!
Here it comes! Bless your soul.
Joel, nothing with a soul can make that noise.
Alright, so guys, ignore what was just cut out. You'll be seeing that later. Before we go, does anyone have any closing thoughts to round out this undoubtedly the best podcast we've ever done?
I
Casual
made.
Shenanigans episode 55.
This will be the lowest podcast.
I was talking.
Right, because waiting your
yeah,
turn. is
use that
something
authority
to do.
voice.
I made a discovery tonight. Moonshine does not make your headache better. That's science.
You didn't drink enough.
Joel, your blabberings.
No, we apologize for the worst podcast ever, so the next one will be somewhat better. And more computery crap. Numbers and stuff. I wonder, we should do one podcast where we do a whole bunch of just tech information, but it's all fake. All fake. We just come up with
Well,
numbers. We'll
They'll
just
never
see
see
how
it
we
coming
should
after
tell
we
that.
told them this.
Oh, right.
Joel, you're so silent.
Guys, here's the secret plan. All right, don't tell anyone else. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell
Not
you.
being a monster, you're scary Lily.
Telling him not to live.
She's about to bite her first person.
Go to dad. All right. That would be funny if we did that. But we wouldn't do that. We only bring you true information.
Like the new Intel
All right.
Q40Z.
James, do you have anything else before we
I
shut
got
down?
nothing.
Joel,
Nada.
Dave.
I'm proud of Joel today.
All right. Only thing I have
We're finishing
is
that.
we need you guys to let us know for our next community event. We apologize we haven't done one in a little while. For our next community event, do you want to do another DayZ event, which will most likely just involve killing each other a lot? Would you rather do an ARMA event, which will also most likely just involve killing each other a lot? Or if you have another game you'd like to suggest that most everyone will
Let's
own.
get everyone to play Nether with us. Everyone.
No. Anyway. It could be like ARMA 2, it could be Overclock, it could be Epoch, it could be Overpoch. It could be ARMA 3.
It could be Minecraft.
I haven't played Minecraft in a very long time.
I know, right?
You're all
It's gonna be really weird to go back.
Oh, do it, guys.
They'll come back later.
So that's the title of this podcast.
We're all doing it.
She smells his apple pie.
And with that, thank you all for joining us. And James, as always,
We already gave her Twitter.
yes.
Okay, slap us in.
No.
Stay casual.
Oh,
Thank you.